Picture this. You are lying in bed at 3 in the morning and your feet feel like they are literally on fire. You throw off the covers desperate for relief, but absolutely nothing helps. Or maybe it is your hands that feel like 1,000 invisible needles are stabbing you constantly. You mention this agonizing pain to your doctor. They simply smile, pat your shoulder, and say those words that make your blood boil. They tell you it is just age. But what if I told you that this common explanation is completely wrong? What if the real reason your nerves are dying has absolutely nothing to do with getting older? Inside your body right now, there are 45 miles of nerves. That is enough wiring to stretch all the way from New York to Philadelphia. These delicate nerves allow you to feel everything beautiful in life, like the touch of your partner or the hug of your grandchild. Each nerve is wrapped in a protective coating called myelin, which acts exactly like the rubber insulation on electrical wires. When that protective coating starts crumbling, everything goes catastrophically wrong. Signals misfire, and your pain receptors go completely haywire. Your brain starts receiving garbled messages that it interprets as burning, stabbing, and shocking sensations. Once this destructive process starts, it does not just stop on its own. This condition is called peripheral neuropathy, and right now, over 20 million Americans are suffering from it. That is 1 in every 16 people, meaning someone in your family probably has it. Or maybe it is you. Most people battling this nightmare believe their nerve pain is permanent and have accepted it as their new reality. But they are wrong. There is a hidden root cause destroying your nervous system, and it is something highly preventable. Let us uncover the truth together. Let us be clear right away that this is educational information to help you understand your body better and have informed conversations with your doctor. Not medical advice telling you to stop your prescribed treatments. You might be wondering what this hidden root cause is. The truly frustrating part is that the very medications your trusted doctor prescribed to keep you healthy might be draining a life-saving nutrient from your body every single day. Let me show you exactly how this medical trap works. You visit your doctor because your blood sugar is high, and they write you a prescription for metformin. It is the most prescribed diabetes drug on the planet, taken by over 150 million people. You trust your doctor, so you take it faithfully. But here is the critical piece of science nobody explains to you. Metformin actively blocks the absorption of vitamin B12 in your intestines. Studies prove that a massive percentage of metformin users develop a severe deficiency over time. Now, let us add modern life to the mix. You might also struggle with heartburn, so you take omeprazole or another common acid reducer. Millions of people do exactly this. However, to extract B12 from your food, your body absolutely requires strong stomach acid. These heartburn medications dramatically reduce that exact acid, essentially cutting off your B12 supply at the very source. The situation gets even darker when we look at the bigger picture. If you are over 60 years old, your stomach naturally produces less acid anyway. Your natural defenses are already weakened. If you combine this with a plant-based diet, which contains virtually zero B12, you are walking blindly into a nutritional catastrophe. You have unknowingly created a perfect storm. Your body is being attacked from multiple directions simultaneously. Every single cell in your nervous system is desperate for this vitamin, but your daily medications, your diet, and the aging process are completely blocking it. The tingling and numbness you keep ignoring are not minor annoyances. That is your nerves sending up emergency flares before they die. I have watched patients lose their independence simply because they waited too long to address something completely preventable. By the time you notice these severe symptoms, you are risking permanent, irreversible damage. But there is hope, and understanding the science is your first step to reclaiming your health. I share this medical history not to diagnose you, but to empower you with an educational perspective so you can have meaningful discussions with your physician. So what is this critical nutrient that can halt this nerve damage? It is vitamin B12, and the story behind its discovery is absolutely fascinating. Let us travel back to the 1920s, when doctors were terrified of a mysterious and fatal disease they called pernicious anemia. Patients became deathly pale, grew profoundly weak, and developed horrifying neurological symptoms. It was always fatal until 3 brilliant researchers tried something incredible by feeding these dying patients raw liver. I know that sounds unappealing, But these patients literally rose from their deathbeds, and the medical community was stunned. Those researchers won the Nobel Prize in Medicine in 1934. It took 14 more years for scientists to isolate the exact magic ingredient hidden inside that liver. It was a brilliant red molecule with a cobalt atom at its core, which they named vitamin B12, earning another Nobel Prize. Think about that for a moment. One single microscopic molecule was so vital to human survival that it earned 2 separate Nobel Prizes. But why is this specific vitamin so absolutely critical for your nerves? From an educational standpoint, you can think of vitamin B12 as the master electrician of your entire nervous system. It performs 2 crucial biological jobs that literally keep your nerves alive. First, it powers a process called methylation, which transforms a dangerous toxic amino acid called homocysteine into a beneficial substance called methionine. This allows your body to manufacture materials needed to build and repair myelin, the protective coating around your nerves. Without enough B12, homocysteine accumulates to toxic levels, acting like a poison that destroys your nervous system and prevents repair. Second, vitamin B12 is absolutely vital for energy production inside every single nerve cell. Each cell contains microscopic power plants called mitochondria, and B12 is the fuel they need to function. When they are deprived of it, a toxic substance called methylmalonic acid builds up rapidly. This acid actively damages the myelin structure from the inside out. A deficiency in this vitamin is not just a minor issue, it is a catastrophic 2-pronged assault. It prevents the repair of your protective nerve coating while simultaneously poisoning the nerve from within. Knowledge is power, and knowing this gives you the upper hand to seek proper care. I want to hear from you now. Have you ever had your B12 levels checked after experiencing nerve pain? Share your story and leave a comment below this video right now so we can discuss it. Now that you understand the science behind why your nerves are suffering and dying off, we need to transition smoothly into the educational framework for recovery and healing. Please remember that this information is strictly for educational purposes and is never meant to replace professional medical advice. You must always consult your primary care physician before starting any new health protocol or altering your current treatment. With that important medical disclaimer in mind, let us explore the 6 clear, actionable steps to recovery that functional medicine doctors utilize to help patients regain mobility and freedom. Step 1 is getting the precise testing. You should not just blindly accept a standard blood test from your clinic. Many commercial laboratories consider anything above 200 picograms per milliliter as completely normal. However, experts strongly argue that this number is dangerously low for optimal nerve health. They push for levels above 450. Furthermore, you need to demand that your doctor tests for methylmalonic acid, often called MMA, and your homocysteine levels. When these functional markers are elevated, it is a blazing red alarm that your cells are starving for this vital nutrient, even if your basic blood test looks perfectly acceptable. These functional tests reveal what is actually happening deep inside your cells. Step 2 involves choosing the exact right form of this crucial nutrient. Pay close attention, because this is where people unknowingly get scammed. If you walk into any standard pharmacy, you will find cheap supplements everywhere. Most contain cyanocobalamin. This is a synthetic form that literally contains a cyanide molecule. Your body has to work incredibly hard to strip off that cyanide molecule just to use the nutrient. Many people cannot do this conversion efficiently. What your nervous system actually needs is methylcobalamin. This is the highly bioactive form your body uses directly to repair damaged myelin. Finding a combination that contains both methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin is even better. This attacks the root problem from both critical angles: myelin structural repair and vital cellular energy production. Step 3 is all about the delivery method. This is where many well-intentioned people sabotage their healing. If you have absorption problems, and if you are over 60, taking daily medications, or dealing with digestive issues, you absolutely do have these problems. Swallowing regular pills is basically throwing your money away. The nutrient will pass right through your digestive tract without being absorbed. You need sublingual forms. These are specialized tablets or liquid drops that dissolve directly under your tongue. They completely bypass your compromised digestive system and go directly into your bloodstream. For severe deficiencies, intramuscular injections are considered the absolute gold standard by doctors. They deliver 100% of the therapeutic dose exactly where your starving body needs it. Step 4 focuses heavily on dosing for real, measurable results. General maintenance dosing is one thing, but fighting active, burning nerve damage requires a different educational approach. For basic daily maintenance, 1,000 micrograms daily is typically adequate. But if you are actively battling painful nerve symptoms right now, clinical research suggests therapeutic doses are required. We are talking about anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 micrograms of methylcobalamin daily for a minimum of 3 to 6 full months. Medical studies definitively show that 1,000 micrograms taken daily produces significant measurable benefits in patients suffering with severe diabetic nerve damage. Their agonizing pain decreases, their nerve conduction speed improves, and their overall quality of life transforms for the better. Step 5 introduces the vital supporting cast. This biological miracle worker does not operate in total isolation within your body. It urgently needs specific nutrient cofactors to reach its healing potential. First is vitamin B6, but only in its active form called P5P. Next is folate. You must specifically look for methylfolate, not the cheap synthetic folic acid, as it is absolutely essential for the biological methylation process to function correctly. Then there is vitamin B1, especially in a fat-soluble form called benfotiamine, which has shown truly remarkable results protecting delicate nerves from high blood sugar damage. Magnesium is also crucial as it acts as your nervous system natural voltage regulator. Finally, there is alpha-lipoic acid, commonly known as ALA. This uniquely powerful antioxidant is both water-soluble and fat-soluble, protecting every single part of your nerve cells. Multiple clinical studies demonstrate that 600 milligrams of ALA taken daily significantly reduces severe burning sensations. Step 6 firmly reminds us that real food is your absolute foundation. Targeted therapeutic supplements correct an existing severe deficiency, but whole food provides your long-term biological foundation for lasting health. The richest, most bioavailable sources of this essential nerve nutrient are exclusively animal-based. Liver and various organ meats contain the highest natural concentrations by far. Shellfish, especially fresh clams and mussels, are incredibly rich dietary sources. Fatty fish like wild-caught salmon, grass-fed beef, pasture-raised eggs, and high-quality dairy products all provide substantial amounts. If you follow a strict plant-based diet, daily supplementation is absolutely mandatory for your continued cellular survival and mobility. Please do not fall for the myth that spirulina or chlorella can provide usable amounts for humans. They only contain false analogs that do not function in the human body and can actually interfere with real, healthy absorption. Here is what you must understand as we bring this educational information together. The burning and numbness are not inevitable signs of aging. They are your body screaming that your nerves are starving for vitamin B12. This is a silent epidemic fueled by common medications and the aging process. The most important lesson today is that this condition is highly preventable, identifiable, and completely treatable. Your nervous system possesses a remarkable, almost miraculous capacity to heal itself when given the right biological tools. Remember this critical medical warning. Nerve damage is often completely irreversible once it crosses a certain threshold. The time to take action is not next month. It is not when your symptoms become unbearable. The time to have an informed conversation with your doctor is right now, today, before you permanently lose sensation in your feet or lose your independence entirely. I have personally witnessed patients who could barely walk across a room regain their full mobility. I have watched people who had not slept through a night in years finally get relief from that relentless burning pain. Every single one of them had one vital thing in common. They took action before crossing the point of no return. You have the knowledge to protect your nerves and reclaim your life. If this educational video opened your eyes, please hit the like button so this vital information can reach others. Leave a comment below sharing your experiences with nerve health, and subscribe to our channel for more science-backed health education.